What's going on, guys? So I spent quite a bit of time playing the demo for Granblue Fantasy Relink, and while it's been an amazing time and learning each of the characters and spending more hours than I'd like to admit getting the S++ for that rock golem, which I still haven't gotten yet, there are some issues that I think should be changed in order to make the experience much better. And I'm not by any means saying the game's bad or dead on arrival or anything, but there's just some things I would personally like to see changed or added just to make the game a better experience. And the first thing I like to see added is the ability to retry after completing quests. Like after doing a quest with a party of people, you have to return to the town, and then you have to re-queue into the quest and then wait for the matchmaking to go through again and then load back into the same quest. Having the ability to just, after the quest, and you get that little menu at the end, instead of hitting X to go back to town, if you could hit like circle or triangle or just anything else to like ready up or do a retry option, this would be a huge time saver and just would be a great quality of life improvement. Then it would just, and then going back to town, reloading back in, and going back into the exact same quest. I know they have stated that there won't be crossplay between PlayStations like 5 and 4 and PC, but I think this could be a huge mistake. Adding crossplay will, one, cut down on queue times when trying to do matchmaking, and two, I think it'll make the game live longer. Like, I feel once the game's been out for a bit, many players will have moved on or quit to play the games or whatever, and that kind of limits between, just PC and PlayStation. I think combining them all together will just make the game last a lot longer, cut down queue times, have everybody just want to play together. Plus, you want to play with your friends. Like, I have friends who don't own a PC, and we'll be playing on PlayStation 5, and I have friends on PC that'll be playing on PC, so I have to like kind of juggle both of those, which it might be just a me problem, I don't know, but still I think it would be great if I could just play with everybody all together at the same time. That would just be much better, I feel like. So maybe at some point in time down the future they can implement this if enough people ask for it. I would love that. Ever since moving from console to PC, having the ability to move your field of view is such a huge game changer. This feature isn't available in many console games, and I think this one included at the moment, but in a game where there's so much movement and so much going on, having the ability to like pull your camera back out a little bit just so you can see more of the battlefield and what's going on around you. Like for the rock golem, for example, there's those two little rock spires that spawn. Had no idea they were ever there because it's always locked onto the golem, and never like looked behind me or anything, so I never really knew that they were there for quite a while. It was a couple of tries before I actually noticed that they were there. Having the field of view out, or being able to pull it out, would make this much better and make it much easier to see them or just anything else in the map. And speaking of camera movement, the targeting system. This is probably my biggest complaint in the demo. The targeting system is not good. You'd lock on to an enemy, and you also move your camera with the same button that you lock on with. So when you're trying to like move around and like move your camera around or whatever to see what's behind you or whatever while still being locked on attacking, it changes what you're locked onto. And the lock on system in general feels really weird and clunky, slow almost, and maybe delayed. It's really strange. But they got to fix this. It's the biggest complaint I have. And I think this could be fixed with the ability to change your button mapping. With having that ability to change your button mapping in the menu, that'd be great. Or maybe just changing it to where you click on to change targets, you click R3. That would be an option as well. And something I think they should add to the game would be co-op dungeons. I think it'd be really cool if, in addition to horde mode and the boss fights we have in the demo, that there's an option to do some sort of like online dungeon where you go through maybe 2 or 3 areas, and then at the end in the 4th area there's a boss you go through and you fight. It'd be really cool to do that in like some like really high tier in-game content. Nothing crazy, nothing hard, but just something, another option to do maybe the horde and the boss fight mode together in the style of a dungeon or something. But that's wishful thinking. That's probably not going to happen. At least not for a while, but that's something I would like to see, some sort of like co-op dungeons where you guys do more than just fight hordes of monsters or enemies and stuff. What are some changes you guys would like to see in the game? Post them down below because I'd love to hear your suggestions and just kind of bounce off each other. And don't forget, if you go to the official website, I'll post a link below. You can post your feedback there because they are actually actively looking for feedback on the game. I've already posted a couple of these myself. I want this game to do well. I've had so much fun. Didn't even know this game existed, and I've like played it so much. I'm super excited for it. So I definitely want it to do well. So for more Granblue Fantasy Relink content, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel because we'll be covering guides and tips and tricks and stuff like that when a game does drop. And you don't want to miss out on any of those. Also, real quick, I stream over on Twitch, and this weekend I'll be streaming Power World, that Pokemon shooter game that's coming out. It releases this Friday. So I'll be streaming that over on Twitch. Again, link down below in the comments for my Twitch channel. I stream most nights 10 p.m. Eastern, so swing by and say hey, and let's talk about Final Fantasy and Granblue and RPGs in general, whatever your favorite one is. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.